The 2008 financial crisis was one of the worst economic disasters in history, wiping out millions of jobs, homes, and savings. But what if I told you that a few outsiders saw it coming and made millions by betting against the system? That's the story of The Big Short, 2015, a brilliant and entertaining film directed by Adam McKay, based on Michael Lewis's book. Let's break it down. To understand The Big Short, we need to talk about the housing market. In the early 2000s, banks were handing out home loans to almost anyone, whether they could afford it or not. These risky loans, called subprime mortgages, were bundled together and sold as investments called mortgage-backed securities. Investors trusted these securities because they were rated AAA, the highest rating. But in reality, many of these loans were bound to fail. Despite the growing risks, Wall Street kept betting on the housing market. They thought it could never collapse, but a few sharp-minded investors saw the truth. The film follows 4 groups of outsiders who realized the financial system was built on a ticking time bomb. Michael Burry, Christian Bale, the visionary. Clips of Burry analyzing data and making big investments. Burry, a socially awkward but brilliant hedge fund manager, discovers that the mortgage market is full of bad loans. He analyzes thousands of mortgage documents and realizes that by 2007, millions of homeowners won't be able to pay their loans. So what does he do? He goes to big banks like Goldman Sachs and buys something called credit default swaps. These are essentially bets that the housing market will collapse. The banks, thinking he's crazy, happily take his money. Jared Venet, Ryan Gosling, the middleman, clips of Venet explaining mortgage bonds with Jenga blocks. Jared Venet, a slick and ambitious Wall Street trader, stumbles upon Burry's findings. At first, even he can't believe it. But when he looks deeper, he realizes Burry is right. He decides to profit from this disaster and pitches the idea to investors, including Mark Baum, an angry and skeptical hedge fund manager, Mark Baum, Steve Carell, the cynic, clips of Baum arguing with bankers and attending financial meetings. Mark Baum and his team run a hedge fund under Morgan Stanley. When Venet tells them about the fraud in the housing market, they investigate. They go to Florida, where they see firsthand how corrupt the system is. Banks are giving mortgages to people with no income, no jobs, and no chance of paying back their loans. Baum, who already despises Wall Street's greed, realizes just how deep the corruption goes. But instead of stopping it, he decides to profit by shorting the market. Ben Rickett, Brad Pitt, and young investors, the realists, clips of Ben Rickett warning the young investors. 2 young investors, Charlie and Jamie, accidentally discover how broken the system is. They want in on the big bet, but don't have the connections. They turn to Ben Rickett, a retired banker played by Brad Pitt. He helps them make their trades, but warns them. Betting against the economy means that when they win, millions will suffer. As predicted, by 2007, homeowners start defaulting on their loans. The banks try to cover it up, but soon the whole system unravels. In 2008, Lehman Brothers collapses, the stock market crashes, and the world enters a financial crisis. Millions lose their jobs, homes, and savings. The big banks, despite causing the disaster, get massive bailouts from the government. Almost no one goes to jail. Burry, Baum, Venet, and the others make millions from their bets. But it's a bittersweet victory. Mark Baum is furious. He wanted the world to wake up, but nothing changes. Jared Venet celebrates his profits, indifferent to the suffering. Ben Rickett walks away from finance forever. And Michael Burry, after being ignored for years, is proven right, only to disappear from Wall Street. The Big Short leaves us with an unsettling message: Wall Street never truly learns. Even after a massive disaster, the cycle of greed continues. So, what can we learn from this? If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. The Big Short isn't just a finance movie. It's a wake-up call. It's a must-watch for anyone who wants to understand how the financial system can fail us all. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, who was your favorite character? Do you think Wall Street has really changed? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.